Penguin Random House presents The Great Repression, the story of sedition in India by Chitranshul Sinha, read by Terry D'Souza. To the innumerable nameless seditionists, to whom we owe our freedom and our republic. Quote, the Constitution fails when a cartoonist is jailed for sedition. Justice Dhananjay Y. Chandrachud. Prologue. The Indian Express published a story on 20th June 2018 about how the police in the Rohtas district of Bihar arrested 8 people, 5 of whom were minors, on charges of sedition for dancing to a song whose lyrics meant, "We are Pakistani Mujahids, protectors of earth. If you challenge us even by mistake, we will cut you up." The arrest occurred after a video of the song and dance was given to the police by a right-wing organization. They must have danced to the beat. The song barely played for 3 or 4 minutes. The parents of one of the boys said, according to the brother of another minor boy, the children were dancing in joy. Most of them realized that some objectionable and controversial song had been played only after the ruckus following police intervention. The father of another boy said, sedition charges against these little boys have hurt us badly. There has never been any communal riots in Nasriganj history. In this town, you can still hear the azan and ramdhun going on simultaneously. We are trying to hire a good lawyer and pinning all hopes on the judiciary. The Indian Penal Code, IPC, of 1860 was the first ever codification of offences and penalties in India. Chapter 6 of the Indian Penal Code provides for of offences against the state, within which falls section 124A, which lays down the offence of sedition. The capital alphabet A suffixed to 124 signifies that the provision was not a part of the original penal code as enacted in 1860. Section 124A was slipped in between Section 124, assaulting president, governor, etc., with intent to compel or restrain the exercise of any lawful power, and Section 125, waging war against any Asiatic power in alliance with the government of India, of the code in the year 1870, marking the first time that sedition was defined in a statute in the common law system. Section 124A was amended for the first time in 1898 and thereafter underwent multiple changes in the years 1937, 1948, 1950, 1951, and 1955. After the amendment of 1955, Section 124A has been left untouched by the Parliament and in its present form reads as under. Sedition. Whoever, by words, either spoken or written, or by signs, or by visible representation, or otherwise, brings or attempts to bring into hatred or contempt, or excites or attempts to excite disaffection towards the government established by the law in India, shall be punished with imprisonment for life, to which fine may be added, or with imprisonment which may extend to 3 years, to which fine may be added, or with fine. Explanation 1. The expression disaffection includes disloyalty and all feelings of enmity. Explanation 2. Comments expressing disapprobation of the measures of the government with a view to obtain their alteration by lawful means without exciting or attempting to excite hatred, contempt, or disaffection does not constitute an offence under this section. Explanation 3. Comments expressing disapprobation of the administrative or other action of the government without exciting or attempting to excite hatred, contempt, or disaffection do not constitute an offence under this section. The first annual report on crime in India was published for the year 1953 by the Intelligence Bureau, which introduced a uniform system of maintaining crime statistics throughout the country. The report covered only the major heads of crime, being murder, dacoity, robbery, kidnapping, housebreaking, and theft. The entire report, along with the appendices, was 21 pages long. Thereafter, the annual report has been published for all years till 2016, barring 1962, which was the year of the Indo-China War. The National Crime Records Bureau, NCRB, is the agency now responsible for the collection of statistics and publication of the report, which has grown in volume and now features an expanded categorization of offences. However, offences against the state did not find a separate mention for 60 years. The report created a separate category for offences against the state in the year 2014 for the first time. In its introduction to the chapter on offences against the state, it says, "Broadly speaking, all crimes are against the state or government insofar as it disturbs the public order. But there are some criminal activities that we are directed against the existence of the state itself, viz. Treason, sedition, and rebellion. Treason is the crime of betraying a nation by acts considered dangerous to its security, like selling military secrets to a foreign power, giving aid to the enemy in time of war, etc. Sedition refers generally to the offence related to the conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or government. Rebellion is the attempted overthrow of a government. If it succeeds, it is a coup or revolution. A total of 47 cases of sedition under Section 124A of the IPC were reported for the year 2014, for which a total of 58 people were arrested. This number fell to 30 cases in 2015, with 73 people arrested, but rose to 35 in 2016, with 48 arrests. At the end of 2016, out of all the pending cases, 61 cases under Section 124A were still pending investigation by the police. The charge sheeting rate for cases of sedition stood at 66.7%, which implies that over 33% cases where an offence of sedition was alleged did not even reach trial and were closed by the police. In fact, out of the 48 people arrested for sedition in 2016, only 26 people were charge sheeted. The year 2016 saw 34 trials for sedition, out of which only 3 cases were concluded, resulting in a single conviction and 2 acquittals, according to the report. Thus, at the end of 2016, 31 trials were still pending adjudication. The recorded data demonstrates that out of all the recorded cases, there has been just a single conviction. The NCRB data records that the conviction was in the mineral-rich eastern state of Jharkhand, which incidentally also recorded the highest number of cases under Section 124A. Note that there is a raging internal conflict in the state with Maoist insurgents, with the government locked to a bitter battle with them for the past many years, which shows no signs of concluding anytime soon. Most recently, cases for sedition have been lodged against student leaders, journalists, and even people supporting Pakistan in a match against India. Historically, Section 124A has been used to muzzle voices against the establishment, be it journalists or activists. In 2016, Common Cause, an NGO, filed a writ petition against the Union of India before the Supreme Court of India, asking for guidelines to be laid down for registration of cases under Section 124A. The writ petition asked the police authorities and magistrates be directed to provide a reasoned order certifying that the Sedition Act either led to the incitement of violence or had the tendency or the intention to create public disorder, before any FIR was filed.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?